Hey everybody, I'm here today at CoreNet Global Summit with Chris Zlocki of Colliers International. Chris, it would be great to just get a quick overview of about you and your role.
Sure, thanks Kevin. I'm the head of innovation, which means I oversee our technology services group, consulting and workplace for our occupier services business at Colliers.
Excellent, excellent. And Chris, as you may or may not know, you have quite a great reputation around here as a thought leader in this space, kind of being on the cutting edge of forward-thinking and innovative technology. So one of my first questions to you has to be, what is going on in this market right now, in the real estate market with technology?
Well, prop tech, technology, analytics, it's exploding. And I think the real question is, for a lot of end users as well as service providers, is as the technology is changing so rapidly, where do I go? What do I need to solve my business problems? So what I always advise clients and think about clients is start with that client in the center and saying, what are you looking for? What are you looking to solve? And that's where I think as a service provider for an end user is, how do I develop that solution that best fits? There's so many great companies here and providing amazing different technology solutions. Being able to support what that solution is through advisory services is really, I think, the most important point now.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. So the whole reason we actually started this video series is to address the same question, which they were, the heads of real estate were asking, which is, help me sort through this noise and figure out what's real and what isn't.
Yeah, I mean, the thing we hear consistently is, it's like they're sitting in front of the computer and the computer's exploding. It's too complex. There's redundancy, meaning you may have a lease administration module in an IWMS platform, a separate lease administration module, and they don't even know they have that capability because another part of the organization's using a full-blown IWMS, someone's using in lease administration a separate tool. So first of all, there's an overcapacity sometimes. So assessing and being cross-functional and boundary spanning, what do you need? And then the third, I think, is how do you make it simple? How do you give those analytics, those insights, and provide it in a way that tells a story that's helping a business, not just real estate, but how does this improve the way the business is doing their work? So
you're kind of in touch with all the trends because you talk with these real estate leaders. So, 3 years ago, if you asked what the future kind of topic of conversation would be, it might have been co-working space. Right? Everyone's kind of talking about co-working now. So where do you think the next big topic is that real estate leaders are thinking about?
I think it's going to be akin to electricity, is AI and automation, machine learning. I think the impacts of what machine learning is going to do to a business, I don't just mean real estate, from a technology standpoint, how transformative it's going to be in a number of ways. 30 to 40% of all knowledge worker jobs are going to be affected in some way, shape, or form. Through automation, through just process improvement. What does that mean to the real estate industry? We're barely even talking about that. And I think in real estate technology, we're looking at implementing and have implemented pilots on machine learning and artificial intelligence. What are the metrics telling you? So now, rather than having an analyst write all this stuff out, it's telling you what they're seeing and then predicting what that future might look like based on the trends they're seeing. So you think a lot of the machine telling us what it's seeing rather than us sort of scripting what the machine should say.
No, I think this is fascinating. I think a lot of folks are talking about AI and ML right now. And do you have an anecdote from your experience where you've seen this kind of come to fruition from working with clients, or an example of what it could do in the future, what part of the industry it could impact?
I think clients are asking for more and more, especially real estate that's gone from what I would call reactive to proactive thinking. How do we get more predictive analytics on where a market's going to be? Where's the best availability for labor? What are the trends that are going to affect sort of the insight and the analytics of where I should place a location and how big it should be? Those are all, before we used to report on these kind of metrics and see what they're telling us. Now they're saying, help us think about where to put that next engineering center, where to put that next back office center, because labor is going to be the biggest challenge any company faces.
Yeah.
And having better insight, better data, it's all in that data and analytics sphere. I think that's really going to be fascinating as it continues to evolve to tell that story, not only in the US, but globally.
Yeah, and I think it's important, you know, obviously there's a huge trove of data out there. We're getting more of it every day, and I think this ties to a key point you mentioned earlier, which is keep it simple, right? How do we take that data, take something really complex, and present it in a simple, meaningful, and actionable way? Right.
It's really a design problem again.
Yeah.
It's like any building, designing a building, you start with the end result in mind and you develop an elegant process and solution.
Yeah.
Too many times I think when you see dashboards or analytics, it's just put up, there's all the numbers, rather than what is that telling you about your occupancy, about your location, how you're performing in markets. What's the story it's telling about what you should develop in that metro or that city?
Yeah.
And that's really sort of being able to craft those stories are the most, I think, sophisticated and sometimes complicated. The most difficult thing it is to be simple. That's what I heard a long time ago, and you got to work hard at that simplicity.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely speaking our language, and the last thing I have for you is, did I hear that you guys started an accelerator, or there was a big announcement? Techstars.
Yeah, I'm actually a mentor in the Techstars program. Really exciting for Colliers.
Yep.
We've down selected 10 companies that we're now going through a rigorous mentorship process, and it's really incredible. I mean, we just launched this part of the program 10 days ago in Toronto, and we're all working with our mentor companies, getting to know one another, but immediately see the value in what they're bringing to the table. And it's really exciting to see someone fresh coming from out of the industry and trying to be a disruptor and coming in and saying, hey, there may be a different way to do it. So we're really excited about sort of the future that presents.
Great. And is there like a big kind of announcement party or something coming up around that in the next few months here?
In the next few months.
Okay.
Yeah, we're working through our process to see where these companies can go, mold them, and really figure out what the best relationships are moving forward.
Awesome. Can't wait. Well, Chris, thanks for coming by today. I appreciate it. Enjoy the next couple days here, and
thanks, Kevin.
we'll be in touch.
Appreciate it.